upload it to the same website, reciteontv.com. And we got different time, many more prizes. Stay tuned and stay guided with
Here are some ways to get Guideus TV. Via satellite on Galaxy 19 FTA. At this satellite bonder rate, 5. Frequency, 11836 MHz. Polarity, vertical.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Guess what? The judging is over, and we just mailed out this translation of the Quran to everyone who entered the contest, uploaded a video, and recited the Quran on TV. But there's more gifts and more prizes coming because it's not over yet. That's right. Now you can get gifts and extra rewards from Allah. Just read the translation. Yep. Read the translation that we sent to you. Find the same exact verses that you had. Read those and then upload it to the same website, reciteontv.com. And we got different age groups this time. Many more prizes. Stay tuned and stay guided with Guideus TV. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Guess what? The judging is over, and we just mailed out this translation of the Quran to everyone who entered the contest, uploaded a video, and recited the Quran on TV. But there's more gifts and more prizes coming because it's not over yet. That's right. Now you can get extra prizes, extra gifts, and extra rewards from Allah. Just read the translation. Yep. Read the translation that we sent to you. Find the same exact verses that you had.
And coming to you almost live from Southern California, it's more Islam. What else could you want than that? We are coming to you from Southern California and also from Yuma, Arizona. I am Sister Kim, and I'll be introducing our main man in just a minute. Our topic tonight is magic. So get all excited, or whoa. Are we supposed to get excited about magic? Pulling rabbits out of hats? Things like that? Maybe we shouldn't get too excited about it. But to tell us all about it, we've got our beloved Sheikh Yusuf Estes. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah. That enthusiasm and wow, put it together right away. MashaAllah ta'ala. You did a great job, sister. Wow.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, what about black magic? And we just saw an emblem, looked like a star, and the star was kind of reddish, I think. I don't know what that's all about.
It's called a pentagram.
Pentagram. Oh, I just thought it was a star. That's. Let me see.
No, it's a pentagram, and it is supposed to indicate the 4 cardinal directions. The 4 lower points of the star indicate the 4 cardinal directions, and the top one is supposed to be spirit. And if you remember Da Vinci's picture of a human spread out, you can put the human with the legs in the bottom, the arms in the middle, and the head at the top.
All right. Da Vinci.
I might be wrong. It might have been Michelangelo. Now I'm second guessing myself.
No, I think you're right. No, you're right. Leonardo da Vinci. He is not Michelangelo, but Leonardo right now. And yeah, that's a weird looking thing to start with. Well, the fact that it's a naked person, I think we need to get it off the air right away. Yeah, I didn't ever know. I always saw the guy stretched out, but that's the first time I realized that's a naked person there. So, yeah. But that he had a point. What was his sister? Tell me a little bit about his reasoning behind what he did.
Behind Da Vinci's
Yeah,
reasoning?
what is that supposed to be? I don't get it.
Well, Da Vinci didn't have anything to do with the pentagram. That was added.
Okay. All right.
That was added later by people who practice witchcraft.
I see. Okay, so we're not saying witchcraft. All right, that's
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
that's a good deal. All right. So, but there is something called witchcraft, and there are people who practice all of that. Is that right?
That is most definitely true. I grew up outside of Salem, Massachusetts, where they had the Salem witch trials. And there are multiple shops in that town that are dedicated to practicing witchcraft.
Oh, wow. That's kind of scary.
You can go in there and you can get your fortune told by tarot cards or palm reading. You can buy crystals, you can buy books, you can buy tarot cards, you can buy jewelry, t-shirts. All witchcraft is a huge market.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Oh, look who's here with us right now.
A few minutes late, sorry. But I was listening to that, and I'm remembering that a lot of community ed programs in this country provide tarot card training and other kind of Ouija boards and different stuff. They call it fun, but yeah, it's out there.
Okay, well, you're not calling it fun, though, are you?
No. I mean, they look at it lightly, like, oh, come on over. We'll do a little reading. We'll have a little seance. We'll do some tarot cards or other playing cards that they do, some things, or palm reading. I remember when I was in elementary school, our school had a Halloween funhouse, and they did palm readings on all of us. Kind of, this is your lifeline, and you're going to live so long, or this is, what your career might be, or something like that. So,
wow,
that's a long time ago. I was in elementary school.
What kind of dinosaur did you have, Richard?
Dinosaur. His name was Dino. It was a triceratops, and that was how we got to school every day. And we had a little slate and a little carving thing, and it was pretty good.
I'm not sure, but I'm thinking.
I mean, seriously, that would be in the 1950s, late 1950s. I was in elementary school, and they had that kind of stuff then, fortune telling.
And one thing that a lot of people don't realize about the religion witchcraft is that it's very modern. It got its start in the 1940s. And so by the 50s, when people were starting to read palms and stuff like that, you could see how quickly it took over the U.S. And not everybody who reads palms or reads tarot cards is a witch, but it is a very modern religion. It's based on what people assume happened back in the Middle Ages and before that, but in itself is extremely modern.
Oh, now that's something I did not know. I really thought, because some of the books that I read, some of the people that I spoke with, they represented it as though this went all the way back to Adam, alayhi salam.
Mm-hmm.
No, didn't. They made it up. They, like I said, they based it off of some old monk texts that described witchcraft ceremonies. They went by Roman descriptions of the Celts and what was happening in Britain and Ireland. But it's bits and pieces. that were all put together. One of the main people who did this was a man by the last name of Gardnier, and his book is kind of like the first textbook for witchcraft.
Oh, no. Really?
Really.
First book of witchcraft? Wow. That's kind of amazing. First of all, I really, you're shocking me by telling me that witchcraft is really something that's so modern, because I first learned about it in the late 50s. And I thought it went way back, and it didn't even go back 2 decades.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, how many people go out and every day, well, it used to be in the newspaper, now it's online, check their astrology, see what their day's going to be like.
Well, talk about astronomy. That's looking at the stars, right?
Well, yeah, astronomy is, but astrology is looking at the stars and saying, because your birthday falls under this day, and you're a Taurus, and Mercury is in this position, then you're going to meet someone this week, and they're going to change your life.
Astrologers are all up in arms this week because Mars is in conjunction with the moon, and so supposedly big things are supposed to happen this week.
Mars is what?
It's in conjunction with the moon. If you go out at night and you look at the moon, very nearby it, you'll see a big red star, and that's Mars. And they've been reporting on this on major news networks. I don't keep up with astrology. They've been reporting this on major news networks.
Wow. Well, I see some stuff here that's showing us weird things about it. A guy, it looks like a Santa Claus cane and a Santa Claus hat, but he's got the moon and Mars in the same picture, but I don't really... here's a real picture. That's what I was looking for, a real image. And it does show we're looking at Mars and the moon in the same picture. I don't think it's photoshopped. It seems like it's real.
That's what it looked like a few days ago, yes.
Okay, this one looks photoshopped. Because it's too big. I don't think we've ever seen Mars that big, ever. I don't know. But this one, now this one, maybe not, I don't know. But it's the Hilal, or the new crescent moon. This might be real. Okay, but
that
tell
could
us...
be real. I'm not sure it's of the current conjunction with Mars.
I'm not really sure about any of it. I just was trying to put up something for our viewers to have a look at and get some idea what was going on with all of that. Tell us, sister, if you don't mind, just give us some ideas about how this, the astronomers or astrologers, whatever, why are they upset about the moon and Mars? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, whenever two planets or two astral objects come into what they call conjunction, or they look very close to each other in the sky, they're not actually close, of course, they're millions of miles apart. But whenever they look close to one another in the sky, they say that their forces are working together or fighting against each other, and that it has an impact on our daily lives. And so since Mars is generally accepted, he's named after the god of war. And so Mars coming into conjunction with the moon means that...
Wait. You just said something that all of my life, I had it the other way around. I thought that the god of war was named after the planet called Mars, but you're saying it's the other way, that they named the planet after the god of wars, Mars. Man, I didn't make that connection. Whoa.
They named the planets after the gods. The gods were not named after the planets. And by gods, of course, I mean the mythological gods in Roman mythology. And, you know, mashallah, I don't mean shark.
Okay,
So
well,
Ken, this doesn't happen in America. This is like in African countries or in remote where there's witch doctors and that stuff. That doesn't happen. I mean, we're a civilized.
I detect a note of sarcasm, sir. I'm really.
Well, let me ask the question. What do you think is the most popular board game ever sold at Christmas time?
The Ouija board.
I don't know. Is it the Ouija board?
Well, actually, most people would answer the Monopoly board. But there are as many, and that is true. The Monopoly board is the all-time, seller. But there are as many Ouija boards sold as Monopoly boards. And for $27, Mom and Dad have something a little fun. We're just going to have little something seance here on Christmas Day, and we'll let little Junior and Mary and we'll all put our hands on the spindle thing and see if we can't get a message from beyond the grave or from Grandma who's passed away or something. And it's sold as just light. It's just fun.
They even make Ouija boards right now in pink so that it can appeal more to young girls.
Are you serious? MashaAllah. MashaAllah. I've put up something for our viewers to take a look at if they want to know more about this Ouija board and what to stay away from. I'm thinking that's a good thing to stay away from, because it looks like on the upper right you see the word no, and then you see a wooden pointer, and it's pointing over to the yes on the upper left, and then I thought Ouija was Weejee, but it's Ouija. I didn't know that. We're looking at this board here. Sister Kim, can you tell us anything about the Ouija board? Do you know something about it?
Well, the Ouija board was actually developed to be a toy. This is not an ancient method of divination. It was originally developed to be a toy, I believe, by Hasbro, and they marketed it as a way to talk to the dead, and it took off immediately. And they've done analysis as to how the Ouija board works, and they have tried under scientific trials to connect with the dead and things like that. And every single solitary trial that they've done on it, they determined that it was all done by either subconscious movement of the hands or by somebody intentionally pushing it.
Okay. All right. So, in other words, it's not, there's no real magic involved in that at all. I do recall something that my only experience with this board, I remember somebody having one, and I remember that it was, there was a baby in the room, and it started crying while they were playing around with the board, and then the board, they said, "Why's the baby crying?" That was a question. They said, "Let's find out from the Ouija board." And then you see the board, the thing. I don't know what the pointer is called, but the pointer going around.
It's called a planchette.
A what?
It's called a planchette. A planchette.
Your audio got cut off real bad. I didn't understand what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said it's called a planchette.
planchette?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway, that we were looking at this thing, and they were playing around with it, and then what we saw was that pointer started moving, and it pointed at the letter A, then it pointed at the letter B, and then the letter O, and let's see, A. No, it was ADRYDIPER. And I couldn't figure out what that word was, and somebody said, a dry diaper. And they said, that's it. And so they went and checked the baby had a wet diaper. And what's the chances, right? The chances of a baby crying and having a wet diaper is like 99.99%, 100%.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh yeah, the Ouija board. And I was like, okay, I'm out of here. But one of the people said that no, that thing was really moving. It didn't move at all. I put my hands on it. It didn't move at all. But then when we all put our hands on it, fingers or whatever, then it started moving around. And that's why they attributed it. But it was actually somebody pushing it.
Well, that should give you a very big hint right there. If it was really the undead, why do you have to put your hands on it? Why isn't it being moved on its own?
Well, now that's another good point. I think it's from the devil. I really do. But maybe not intentionally, but I think he somehow puts his own take on it. What do you think about that, sister?
I think that it's very, even though this was devised to be a game and it was made up, it's a very, very easy way for the jinn to come in and cause mischief.
Well, yeah. Now you mentioned jinn, and a lot of our folks out here watching right now, maybe they're not familiar with what the jinn are or anything about that subject. So maybe we should explain a little bit. The jinn, actually, they don't have a form that we're familiar with. They're not like us wearing different kind of costume and the devil thing and all of that. Actually, they are made from a whole different substructure of the universe. They are made out of a fire without smoke. So they have a temperature. They are hot. They are hotter than our 98.6 degrees. And when people do come in contact with them, they often feel this heat. And sometimes people say, well, they feel cold whenever there's a ghost around. And now, actually, this could be that the jinn were around them and then moved away so they'd feel the cold. Did you ever think of that?
No, that's something I hadn't considered.
Yeah, because they have heat. This is according to Islam. Islam is teaching us that there are explanations for so-called ghosts and so-called demons and so-called spirits, and also the idea behind what is it called? The unidentified flying object. No, that's extraterrestrials. That's the word I was looking for. And it's all only really these jinn who are coming around and playing pranks on people and getting them to believe that in some different religion or something like that. And these were actually mentioned in the Bible, but the translations brought these out to be something that something other than the jinn. But they are mentioned very early on in the book of Genesis, as a matter of fact. I think we do have Richard with us, by the way, for the benefit of our audience who doesn't know who Richard is, he was a former Baptist minister in the church for over 40 years, and also he learned and studied in the Hebrew and in the Greek. Is that true?
Yes. Yep.
So,
Well, that
as a
did more Greek
Bible,
than Hebrew.
as a Bible student of the Bible, I'm not calling you an expert. I don't like that word expert anyway. But
No, I'm not an expert in anything.
yeah, but as a student,
No, I'm pretty good at eating.
as a student of Hebrew and a student of Koine Greek, so certainly you would have a better insight than a lot of preachers do. Is that right?
Well, yeah, the Bible's message against magic is very, very strong. I mean, you go to the Torah, you go to the first 5 books of the Old Testament, and you read, like in Leviticus 19:33, do not turn to mediums or necromancers. Do not seek them out, and so make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. So, I mean, we're warned right from the get-go to not go after people that are trying to tell you the future and involved in that kind of thing. And I mean, Exodus 20, let's see, what is this, 22:18, that you'll not permit a sorceress to live. I mean, it's looked at it very seriously. And
could you tell us about something? There's a book. It's called Rashi, The Magic and the Mystery. Is that something to do with the Jewish faith, or do you know?
Well, I am not familiar with that.
Rashi, it's let's see if we can get a perspective on it. And it shows somebody way back, Evagdor Bonchek, I think is the name of the one who wrote it.
I don't know that. I don't know that name.
All right.
But,
I wish I could see it inside the book, because there is something that probably both of you have heard before, the Kabbalah.
Ah, the Kabbalah, yeah.
And that's a old Jewish means of mysticism that a lot of people have adopted as a way into magic.
Okay. I'm not really...
Well, what you're doing here, you're seeking information from the dead about the living.
That's kind of backwards, isn't it? I mean, you
Yeah.
know, the living can talk about the dead, but the dead is not. That doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't.
I mean, you're quite. I don't know what the definition of shirk and someone, but you're looking after truth and information from another source other than Allah, and it just seems like that's a dangerous thing to do.
Absolutely. Well, in the church, did you ever experience people playing around with magic and have to lecture to them, or what was it? Did you observe anything?
Yeah. The young people just love that thing. They, like I said, parents would buy them for Christmas presents and set it around, and they get a couple, 3 people on the table and put out some incense and pull the drapes and let's go and see if there's anybody here. And they do it all. It's just kind of fun. It's fun, but it's not fun. It's a little dangerous to be roaming in that area of information when you're looking for information. You find that in God's Word.
Yes. Well, what does the Bible say about magic, and where can they find it?
Well, the Leviticus 1931, where it says don't go after that. Isaiah 8:19.
Talk about. I want to talk about what you said. Leviticus 19:31. Do you have that in front of you?
Yeah, I do. It says, "Do not turn to mediums or necromancers. Do not seek them out, and so make yourselves unclean by them. For I am the Lord your God."
All right. Let me see if we can pull that up. Do not turn to mediums. This is called Leviticus 1931.
1931, yeah.
Yeah. Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists. Spiritists?
Yeah.
Oh, the people who do spirit divining. Okay. For you will be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much what we got in Islam as well, isn't it?
Sure.
Subhanallah. That's interesting. You had another one that you. What was the other one?
Well, the other one was Exodus 22:18. You shall not permit a sorceress to live.
Whoa! You're saying kill people?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see what we got on that. It says, whoever lies with an animal shall surely be put to death. What was that number again? Because that's 22:19.
Exodus 22:18.
18. Oh, I put the wrong number up there. All right, I got that. All right, let's figure out what happens here. Wow. You're right. That's exactly what it says. Ooh, man. Yeah. Wow. It says, Exodus 22:18, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. A witch. That's weird. Here we go. It says, do not allow a sorceress to live. I guess it all depends on which version of the Bible you got. So
yeah, I'm looking at the English Standard Version.
English Standard, okay.
Which is a revised thing that came around.
All right. But anyway,
yeah.
Do not allow a sorceress to live, 22:18. That's the book, Bible wordings, it says here.
Yeah. And then Deuteronomy 18:10.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Just give me a second here. Sure. Deuteronomy.
Excuse me. There shall not be found among you anyone who burns his son.
18:10, is that what you said?
18:10 to 12, yeah.
Let me see if we can pull that one up so people can see it. It has more of an impact, whenever people can.
Sure, yeah. No, this one does. This is a very strong verse.
Deuteronomy 18:10. Huh. I guess it should be put up so other people can see it too. I'm just sitting here reading. Yeah. It says Deuteronomy 18:10 to 12, exactly what you were saying. There shall not be found among you anyone who burns his son or his daughter as an offering. Anyone who practices divination or tells fortunes or interprets omens, or a sorcerer or a charmer or a medium or a necromancer? No, necromancer. Or one who inquires of the dead for admonition to the Lord, and because
abomination to the Lord.
Abomination to the Lord. Okay, and because of these abominations, the Lord your God is driving them out before you. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think, guys, this is a good chance for us to take a break, and we're going to be right back. But you stay tuned and stay away from any kind of magic or sihr, and we'll talk about what sihr is when we come back. And also, stay guided with Guideus TV. We'll be right back. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Guess what? The judging is over, and we just mailed out this translation to everyone who entered the contest, uploaded a video, and recited the Quran on TV. But there's more gifts and more prizes coming because it's not over yet. That's right. Now you can get extra prizes, extra gifts, and extra rewards from Allah. Just read the translation. Yep. Read the translation that we sent to you. Find the same exact verses that you had. Read those and then upload it to the same website, reciteontv.com. And we got different age groups this time, many more prizes. Stay tuned and stay guided with Guide Us TV. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Guess the judging is over, and we just mailed out this translation of the Quran to everyone. Here we go. And we're back. Okay, guys, you know now what we're talking about with the translation of the Quran for these children. We'd love for them, though, whoever was in the contest, have anything that they uploaded, we'd love for them to come on back to the same website called reciteontv.com, read their translation that we sent to them of the same verses they entered already, and we got more prizes for them if they just take their time to do that. All right? And we're not gonna get hung up on all of the details of that, but if you already entered it, you already know about it anyway. Okay? So now we'll program already in progress. We're going to switch back over to Sister Kim. Tell us what our topic is.
Our topic tonight is magic, specifically black magic, and whether or not any type of magic is allowable in Islam, and what the penalties are. And right now we've been discussing how the Christians view magic, and it's amazing how similar it is to what we're taught by Allah in the Quran.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And we're talking with Richard Kiefer, former Baptist minister for over 40 years, who came to Islam. And alhamdulillah, we'd like to encourage all Christians to watch and have your views. If you would like to call in, we have the number on the screen, 1-800-971-4383. And if you're using the WhatsApp and watching us somewhere else in the world, we have a new app for you. And this is real exciting. You can get the Guide Us TV app, and it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay any money for it every month. And wait a minute, hold on. And it doesn't use up space on your phone. We keep it all on our own server for you. Okay, wait a minute. And it works on all the devices. Yeah, it will work on your TV, it will work on your phone, it will work on your computer, and it's free, absolutely FREE free. Yeah, mashallah. So you can get it. It's called Guide Us. Oh, look how simple it is. Just type in guideus.app in any browser. Guideus.app. No, forget about TV. Just guideus.app. Free. No spam. No ads. Just free. Works on all devices everywhere. Forget about television. Forget about the satellite. Forget about all of that, because we got it together for you, and it's absolutely to you. It is free, and whoever would like to support that and get the reward for the millions who are going to be signing up for that, you can do that right now on wait a minute, hold on, donate. Yeah, that's it. Donate to Islam.com. Donate to Islam.com. Check it out. All right. Now, let's go back to Richard. Richard, we're talking about black magic. You were talking about this in the Bible, and we got you up online. Now, you said you had something that you wanted to reference about the thing before we took the break. You wanted to go to this thing that we were talking about.
Leviticus 19:26.
Leviticus 19. No, you said something about Leviticus 18:10 about burning up your sons
Oh,
or
well,
daughters.
I was just going to mention it.
Yeah, well, I got it up on the screen, so this is a good time to mention it.
Well, it's interesting that there shall not be, at 18:10, anyone among you who burns his son or offers his son or daughter as an offering.
Okay.
The whole premise of Christianity is that God's son was offered up.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, I never made that connection in my mind. Anybody who offers to burn their son or their daughter is practicing what? Subhanallah, it's in the Bible. Oh, wow. Oh, man. So God was practicing magic, according to Christians, and burned up his own son. Well, they'll say, no, he didn't burn him up. He just put him up on a cross. Okay, well, great.
It's an offering. It's a blood offering.
Wow. Never.
What about Abraham when he was instructed by God to offer up his own son?
Well, we do have that in Islam, but he didn't do it. Allah didn't let him do it. That was something that I think that came to Abraham, according to Islam. It's something that came to Abraham as a vision that he was offering his son, and what it actually meant was to offer his son by leaving him and his mother there in the desert, and Allah provided the Zamzam for them, which still is today in the place of worship there in Saudi Arabia. Anyway, but wow, that's heavy. We should do a program all about that for the Christians.
Yeah, when you step back, that's what's been an interesting thing in these last 2 years as a Muslim, stepping back from my Christian beliefs and taking an objective look, and all of a sudden it's like, this is a religion of human sacrifice. And it's like, wow, that's just amazing. And the Bible teaches against that kind of thing, and yet then turns around and says God did that.
Okay, well, you mentioned something, and I distracted you. I hope you recall it. We were talking. You were talking about Leviticus 19, verse 26 to 22, or something like that.
Just, again, a statement against fortune telling.
Oh, okay. It says, go ahead, read it.
It just says, you shall not eat any flesh with blood in it, and you shall not interpret omens or tell fortunes.
Okay, well, the one that we have on the screen right now is saying Leviticus 19, 26 to 32, you shall not eat anything with the blood. Yeah.
Yes.
Neither shall you use enchantment or magic, right?
No.
Nor observe times. What does that mean, observing times?
Telling fortunes.
Tell fortune tellers.
Yeah.
You shall not round the corners of your heads. What does that mean?
I don't know.
That's some kind of a haircut?
I'm not familiar with that. I don't know.
I don't know either. It said, and you shall not mar the corners of thy beard. Don't round the corners of your beard. Oh, okay. Probably the fortune tellers of that time did stuff like that, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't
don't round the corners of your heads. What does it say in that more recent Bible that you got there? What does that say?
I only have the reference to where it stops at telling fortunes.
Oh, okay.
I have a kind of a cheat sheet here that I'm looking at. So I don't know the rest of the verse. But, you think about this fortune telling thing, and it's everywhere. I mean, you see, Madame Annette's little store shop in a mall or at a carnival, at a county fair, and come on in, have fun, and get your fortune told. Go to a Chinese restaurant. They give you the little cookies at the end to get your fortune, and give you some magic numbers to go and gamble.
I have always liked to just take those fortune cookies when they come and just go pow and throw the whole thing away.
There you go.
I'm not crazy about eating fortune cookies to start with, cookies
No.
to start with. But the other thing is, I don't believe in those things. I read one once when I was a kid, and it was so stupid. I said, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
There are people. I guess there's people that fall for that. What do you think?
There are. There are people that have their have their numbers. I don't know what that means, but they go to the lottery places and these are my favorite numbers, and they play them over and over and over again at the expense of providing for their families, even spending all the money on gambling. And people have, this is one of my favorite number or something. I don't know what that means, but they go after that kind of a thing.
I have a family member that is very heavily into the lottery, and he's got his favorite numbers, and a lot of them are derived from the birth dates of his children and his grandchildren and people that he cares about, and numbers that he had on old race cars, so numbers that he just basically considers lucky. Needless to say, he's still playing the lottery.
He plays the lottery with these numbers?
Yes.
Does he ever win anything?
He hasn't yet.
The odds are against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
The
bad.
odds are actually better of you getting hit by lightning than it is of winning the lottery.
Oh, sure. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, some people do actually get hit by lightning. The one who portrayed the part of Jesus while they were filming, he got hit by lightning, and the director got hit by lightning. So either they needed to stop making that movie or at least get out of wherever they were filming it, right?
Right.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Well, I wanted to get a little bit more about what the Bible was talking about. And you said that was Leviticus 19:26, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, all right. Let's see what we can pull up from that. And yeah, here we go. Now we got past that business about the beard, right? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that doesn't affect me.
And now, here we go. And it said, "You shall not eat with blood." All right, anything with blood, pouring blood on it. Now, yeah, actually, my wife and I, neither one, we like to even see any blood coming out of the meat, at all. Even pink, I don't want that. I want it, send it back. I need it to be cooked all the way through, But I've been told by scholars, they said, well, you could have pink inside of it. It's not talking about that, but you're not supposed to be drinking blood. And I'm like, yeah, oh my God. Anyway, so here we have in the Bible,
you wouldn't make a very good Catholic.
Why did you say that?
Part of their mass, the transubstantiation, they eat the flesh and drink the blood.
Oh, well, yeah, but all of the communion everywhere is represented, I can't even say it, represented, there we go, by the wine is representing the blood. Nowadays we use grape juice to represent the wine that represents the blood, and then the cracker, which in some places that cracker represents the bread, and the bread represents the bone or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that right?
But if you go to a Catholic service, you go to a Lutheran, and you're standing in line, and they'll pass you the cracker, and they'll say, the body of Christ. Or they give you the cup, this is the blood of Christ.
They're eating their God?
Well, they believe in a thing called transubstantiation, that when the priest prays over the wine, it becomes the actual blood of Christ.
I think we need to do a whole program on some of these things. But now we're just talking about black magic and not getting into. And now let's go back. I wanted to finish reading what you started there. It said, "You shall not eat with blood. Don't divine. Sorry, nor observe dreams. Nor shall you cut your hair roundwise, nor shave your beard. You shall not make any cuttings." Now, what does that mean? Cuttings in your flesh? For the dead. Huh?
Yeah. People cut themselves in worship to Satan, where they will cut and bleed. And
does that include tattoos?
I don't know.
All right, never mind. I don't want to get into that. So yeah. Anyway, it said, "You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, neither shall you make in yourselves any figures or marks." There you go. That is the tattoos right there. Any figures. No, carve into your flesh any kind of figures or marks and marking is not cutting, that's marking. Wow.
Right. Yeah.
It covers it. Wow. And then it says, "Don't make your daughter a common strumpet." I don't know what a strumpet is. "Lest the land be defiled and filled with wickedness." What is a strumpet, by the way?
Boy, I have no idea.
A strumpet is probably the best way to say it is a loose woman.
A prostitute.
Yes.
Well, maybe she
That would
doesn't
be the
charge,
loose.
so she would just be a loose woman. Yeah. All right. Wow. Sorry, sister. Stuff for law. Wow. 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 All right, but let's keep going. Now, and then it says, "Go not aside with wizards, neither ask anything of soothsayers, to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God." Wow.
Yeah.
And then it says, "Rise up before the hoary head, and honor the person of the aged man." That means that somebody gets gray head.
Yeah.
"And if a stranger dwells in your land, abide or live along with them, and do not upbraid them." I don't know what that means. Wow. And then it says, "But let him be among you as one of the same country, and you shall love him as yourselves." Oh, that's a stranger. Taking care of strangers. We have that in Islam. "For you were strangers in the land of Egypt, and I am the Lord your God."
Yes.
And then it goes on, "And do not do any unjust thing in judgment, in rule, in weight, or measure." We have a whole surah about that. Wow. "And let the balance be just and the weights be equal." Yeah, we have that in Juz'ama. "The bushel just and the sextary equal. I am the Lord your God that brought you out of the land of Egypt. Keep my precepts and keep all my judgments and do them. I am the Lord." Subhanallah. That's from the Reims Douay Bible, Douay Reims Bible, 1899. That would be from the Catholic Bible. Is that true?
That's true. Yep, that's the Douay version. Yes. Yep.
Wow. 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 I forgot to put it up on the screen while I was reading it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry guys. And maybe you can get a Bible. You can get Bibles easily at any of the hotels, motels. They have them in right there in the drawer. If you stay in a hotel or motel, they don't mind if you take it because they didn't pay for them anyway. The Bibles there are published by the Gideon Society, I think it is.
The Gideon Society, yes.
Yeah. These are good guys. They go out and volunteer their time. They ride in vans together and they give out the Bibles to hotels, motels.
Right.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yeah. Well, the whole concept we find in Islam, we find in Christianity, at least in the Bible practice, is if you're looking for information, you're looking for truth and guidance, there's only one source. And anything else less than that is really shirk. And we stay away from that, and we turn to Allah for guidance.
Exactly. MashaAllah.
Yeah.
All right, get back on our main topic. We're talking about, sister, I'll give it back to you again. Tell us what our main subject, what we're supposed to be on here.
What we're supposed to be on right now is black magic. And what does Islam say about it?
Well, what does Islam say about that?
We've explored a lot of different avenues. It just goes to show how many ways we can be misled by thinking, well, maybe one of these means of magic is not as bad as another. Oh, this is just a kid's game. Or, I've even heard people that were very devout Christians that were fortune tellers who said that all their messages came from angels.
What?
And it's very easy to be misled. The jinn will take you down dark paths and tell you that it's okay. But you have to read the Quran and listen to the hadiths about what it actually says about magic.
Wow. Now, what's really interesting, guys, there is a camera that is very, very expensive, a camera that we use in broadcasting. Well, we don't have, but we do have, we have one of the lower grade of it, There is a camera called the Black Magic Camera. Seriously. And it is a black camera, and it does some amazing things, but it's not really magic anyway. Wow. Whoa. This is a look at it. Here it is. You wouldn't believe how much. That's over $20,000 for that little basic piece. Anyway, let's get back to our subject. We're talking about real black magic, when people are doing things that are so evil. Now, what does Islam teach us about that? Do you have any idea about this, Richard?
Boy, I'm not the Islamic scholar right now. That would be you. So,
sister, have you heard anything about black magic in Islam? What have you heard?
I've heard that it is most definitely not allowed. It is haram. It's something that we should stay away from. We should stay away from amulets. We should stay away from fortune telling. We should stay away from people who say that they're going to practice magic on our behalf. And we should probably start thinking about wrapping it up, because we're just about to hit 6:58.
Well, that was magic in Islam for us, and I'm hoping that all of us will realize the difference between something from Allah and something from the devil. Because ultimately, any kind of magic like this that we're talking about is definitely from the devil and his associates. So let's wrap it all up, guys, and take this opportunity to thank all of you for participating, those who are watching us and those who have helped me do this behind the scenes and in front of the cameras. Richard, Jazakallah khair, thank you so much. Sister Kim, thank you so much. And I encourage everybody to stay tuned and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
Yeah, all right. And how can you help us stay on?
You're watching the newsroom.
Guess what?
Islam newsroom.
The judging is
The
over.
news
And we
you
just
want,
mailed out this
when you want
translation
it,
of the Quran to
from the
everyone
Islamic
who entered
perspective.
the
Now we
contest,
we
uploaded
have
the
some
video,
websites,
recited the
alhamdulillah.
Quran on TV.
Assalamu
But there's more
alaikum.
gifts and
Who
more prizes coming
is
because it's
Allah?
not
Maybe
over
we'll even
yet.
see somebody
That's
enter
right.
into Islam.
Now you
Excuse me, do you believe in God?
prizes,
Why do we
extra
call him
gifts, and
Allah?
extra rewards
One more
from
time,
Allah.
everyone.
Just read the translation.
Okay, good.
Yep.
These are the ones that we're going to be mailing out.
Find the same
Ilaha.
exact verses.
Illa
Read those
Allah.
and then
And I bear witness
upload it to
that
the
Muhammad
same website. Recite
And
on
that's right. We're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah.
Allah, you are my Lord, I bow to you. Allah, oh my Allah, you are my Lord, I bow to you. Allah, oh my